Hello everyone, Kevin Iverson here, hope you're well. Today's video, I thought I'd do a special video on my special Epiphone Sheraton from 1997, I got this. If you've watched a load of my videos, you'd have seen this guitar, and I thought it deserves a video all for itself. I've got a Gibson Les Paul, I've got an SG, I've got a Strat, Telecaster. I think that's it. I don't know if I missed anything out, but I'm very lucky, right? I've got some really good equipment. I'm going to tell you the story behind why I got this, when I got this, and just show you my general appreciation and love for it. And I did mod this, change a couple of things on it that might be of interest to you. This guitar for me is one of those guitars that when we first bought it to gigs that I'll do recently and in the past, you know, I've got my Les Paul, right, a Gibson Les Paul. This gets more attention than the Gibson Les Paul. Not just for looks, but for sound as well. So I'll take you back to the beginning. It was 1997 and my mum and dad owned a pub, and I was a massive Oasis fan. My dad also worked in the gas industry. So, you know, he had that, he had the pub, and both him and my mum and my dad were running that. And I think they got in the pub about 96. So it was like the best time to own a pub. And, you know, Britpop, Oasis, TFI Friday, The White Room. If you're a certain age, obviously you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. And as a young kid, I didn't know there was different models of these guitars. I just saw these guitars, 335s, and they were either Gibson or Epiphone, right? And I didn't know anything about Casinos or Rivieras or Sheratons. I just knew this shape, Epiphone guitars and Gibsons, right? And I'd say most of the Britpop bands that I loved, you know, Paul Weller, Ocean Colour Scene, Cast, Blur, Shed 7, you could say Manson. All of those bands used 335s. Maybe it wasn't their main guitar, but you would see Graham Coxon with a Gibson 335. You'd see I can't think the guy's name. The guitar player from Shed 7, he had a 335, you know. I mean, obviously the obvious one was Oasis. So when it come to Christmas, 1997, I said to my old man, I wanted one of these 335 Oasis guitars from Santa Claus. I was 15 years old, and you could say maybe I was a spoiled little brat. But I was very lucky. My mum and dad's always supported us. They always supported me with music, even to this day. And me and my dad and my granddad, who sadly is gone now, my old granddad, but me and my dad and my granddad, because you couldn't find these guitars down. I lived in a place called Kent, and the music shop we used to go to, Music Bay in Sheraton, which is like a, if you lived around Dover Deal, Folkestone way, that was the shop to go to. For whatever reason, he couldn't get hold of these. Maybe it was because Oasis was so massive. I don't know. You got to remember, there's no internet. So I don't know if some of you guys remember this, but the only way you would find out about who had guitars and where is you'd get like Guitarist magazine, and you'd have adverts in there for Peter Cook's guitar shop. And here's something really funny. Maybe you're younger or older, you remember. I remember reading Peter Cook's, what he had in there. There was no pictures or images. It would just tell you what he had in there, and it would give you a price, like, you know, 1974 Gibson 335. And I would read that, and I would get off on that. I'd be like, oh my God, this guy's got a 1974 335. There's no picture of it, but just the thought in your head was like, wow, this guy's got it in his shop here, you know. and you'd look at the amps he got, and it just have everything he's got on this one advert in Guitarist magazine. And in the back of it, there was a page for a guitar shop called Flying Pig Music. So in December, me, my dad and my granddad drove up to London. We went to Peter Cook's guitar shop first, and I felt like I was going into somewhere famous because I'd known the name and seen it in Guitarist magazine. We went into Peter Cook's guitar shop, and he handed me this Epiphone .335, and as soon as he put it in my hands, I was like, nah. It was the paintwork wasn't that great, and it just didn't feel right. I immediately knew it wasn't right, and I was like, nah, this isn't right. So my dad was like, okay, well, we'll think about it, mate, and we'll go somewhere else. So then the second shop we went to was Flying Pig Music, and as soon as we got in there, I looked to my left and remember seeing, I'm presuming Peter Cook's and Flying Pigs have gone, because this is like the late 90s. I looked to my left and there was one of these on the wall, but it was natural. So, and what I remember was like, oh, it's like John Lennon's guitar. Obviously, John Lennon had a casino and he'd strip the paint, but I didn't know at the time. I was 17 years old, quite, you know, naive and excited about music, but didn't know a lot about guitars or anything. And then we said to the guy, we want like a bit of an Oasis guitar. He went, hold on one second. He brought this out. Immediately when I saw this, I remember seeing Noel with this inlay on his guitar. I mean, not the same headstock, different shaped headstock, but yeah, this inlay on the Union Jack guitar, and also he had a Sunburst Sheraton. So I saw that and thought, well, Noel's got one like that, but it's like the same colour as Bonehead's, you know. So I just thought, well, that's perfect. Picked up and played it. Couldn't believe how nice it was. Even my dad, who's not a guitar player, when this came out, both me and him were like, that's really nice. That's beautiful. So, got it for Christmas. Lucky boy, sporty little brat. And I was using it for many years. And then over time, you know, I've ended up getting a Gibson SG, which I love. And I got my Les Paul, and then I got Telecaster. My Strat was like my first proper guitar that I had. But this guitar was like the Paul Weller Oasis thing. I've actually got some pedals and my amp set up, so I'm going to play some so you can hear it. I mean, some of you have heard it on some of the videos, but I'll do a few sound examples in a minute and all that. But then over the years, I'd sort of play my Les Pauls and my SG, and it's great and all that. But I'd always come back to this, and over the years, I use this more and more. And so this is obviously an Epiphone Sheraton. I believe the original Sheratons have mini humbuckers, and Noel's Union Jack guitar and the other Sheraton he had, that I believe is then wife bought him, the Sunburst Sheraton, that has mini humbuckers, and it's also got like is it a tailpiece? But the one Bonehead's got is a Riviera, and it's literally this configuration, you know. So I think these Sheratons are, I mean, I know they're called Sheraton II, so I guess the normal Sheratons would have mini humbuckers and then a tailpiece here. Over time, I have changed the pickups in this. I've got to pick the box somewhere. I can't see it. I changed these pickups to, oh God, I can't remember what they're called. Bare knuckle pickups. And I think the model I bought for these, and again, I'm not associated with Epiphone or bare knuckle pickups. They're called the Mule. And I got the bridge pickup first, and then I got the neck pickup second. And the reason why I changed the pickups out, the bridge pickup, the original bridge pickup it came with, actually sounded all right. I was happy with it. But I just thought, this is such a great guitar, and I could kind of tell the difference between my Les Paul and the SG having just tighter sounding pickups. And the original neck pickup that come with this was too woolly. I couldn't use it. It was just too woolly sounding. I love using the both pickups, like the middle selection on the guitar, and I couldn't do that. And I use that a lot. So I had my guitar luthier, a beautiful, lovely human being called Andy Crockett. He fitted these for me. Didn't change the wiring or anything, but it just sounds great. And over time, whenever I've brought it out at a gig, I say I've got a Les Paul, and this gets more attention than the Les Paul. And as soon as I get the amount of times I've pulled this guitar out of its case and someone said, "That's nice," you know, bit of name dropping for you, right? When the first time I ever recorded with Steve Craddock, I set up in his studio and I was really excited, setting up all my gear, making a bit of a mess really at the time, but I remember getting this out, and before I even plugged it in, I tuned it up and I just strummed it like, and he turned around and went, "That sounds nice." So even acoustically, he noticed it sounded good, and also I've had friends and other guitar mates that I know that even another friend of mine come to a gig, and he preferred this over my Les Paul, you know, and I mean I love my Les Paul. I'm not putting my Les Paul down. I don't like. It's like picking one of your favourite children, right? But yeah, this is just a real special guitar. I'm going to play you a few bits on it now, just so you know. I've got the signal path is my guitar. I go through my volume pedal, but it's stuck on my board constantly. The volume pedal's going out to a tuner, which I leave on all the time. But the main thing you're going to be hearing is the guitar, Noble's ODR Mini 2, which is my favourite overdrive. I'm not affiliated with any of this gear. Going out to the Boss RV6 reverb. It's on a spring setting, just quite mild, just for, you know, a bit of ambiance. And then what I thought I'd do today is go through my JTM 45 head and cab. And it's very quiet, but and a lot of people say, what's the point? Why don't you just have a smaller rig or whatever? Even when this is quiet, I think this sounds good, and it looks great and it sounds great. So that's that. So, and what I'll do is I'm just going to I'll play some examples for you. So for me with the Oasis thing, right? Trying to think what to play Oasis like. It does the Oasis thing great, you know. It does the Oasis thing great. It also does the Weller thing cool as well. So even though he's using, I guess it's a 60s casino, you know, I think it does the Weller thing great, like. But then also, you know, so I like it in the middle selection, pickup selector. So you've got both pickups, and again you've got that Weller sound, which is what I wanted, you know. Oh, sorry. So you got that, and then on the bass pickup, you know, I guess you can get kind of jazzy tones out, you know. Oh, I don't know all my jazz chords, sorry. So, you know, you can get some real nice, I mean, even, you know, I can switch it down and get some like Malcolm Young type sounds, you know, like. So even maybe some funky stuff as well. If I go on the middle selector and turn the volumes down a bit, you can. Oh, I can't remember the chords. Whatever that is. Yeah, so you can do some real funk on it, you know, or. Which it sounds really good for. So, you know, when I play gigs, I could happily use this one guitar all night, and it's given me everything I want. I mean, even if I give it a bit more overdrive, you know, and and then even with my own stuff, you know, I've used it for a lot. Some of my own music is a bit soulful. Put the reverb up. You know, I've got another song that goes. You know, and then there's other material I've got which is a bit more sort of on the mod punk sound, I guess you'd say. You know, so it does that as well. Or you can even do like the Booker T thing with it, you know, like you know, so yeah, I'll get a lot of tones and sounds out of this. Yeah, it's just nice. It's very inspiring to play. You know, when you pick up a guitar and it makes you want to play, I think that's really good. But I won't waffle on too much, but basically I love this guitar. I've had it since '97. You know, to be fair, it's in not bad nick still. It did have a scratch plate, but I was playing a gig and my hand smacked it in it. The scratch plate sort of broke off. But still, you know, yeah, I believe it's a Korean one in the Samick factory, is it? It's one of them ones. But I say the pickups that come with it, I say the neck pickup I didn't like, but I changed them out, and I don't want to say it's my favourite electric guitar, but it is one of my favourite electric guitars, and I've used it on countless recordings. It just delivers the goods, you know. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll stop waffling on. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I've got more content coming up for you all, and yeah, love the Epiphone Sheraton. I think even the new ones are quite good as well, from what I've heard. I've not had a go on a newer one, but I'd say if you can get hold of a 90s one, you do see them about every now and then. I'd highly recommend it. Yeah, if you've owned one, or if you have one, let me know your thoughts. If you've changed the pickups in it, or you haven't, you've left it and you like it how it is, yeah, just leave it in the comments. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll let you all go. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.